Greater light. Let me get right into it. My mind is God's mind. I'm always reflecting divine wisdom and divine intelligence. My brain symbolizes the capacity to think wisely and spiritually. God's ideas unfold within my mind in perfect sequence. I'm always poised, balanced, serene, and calm because I know God has provided the perfect solution before the foundations of this plane, before the foundations of this earth, huh? The perfect solution within my DNA before my mama's womb. Do you know, huh? The fact that I'm telling you that the Bible says that you were created before the foundations of this earth. Before he said, let there be light. Do you know you are older than earth? You are older than Tamaray in light code. No, you don't believe that? Okay, you don't have to. I know it. I know that I was created before the foundations of this earth. Huh? Huh? And there are things right now, signs and symbols that they are looking up in telescopes. I can just imagine it in my mind. Uh, I don't have to go out there to see because I spoke about the last hope that came out of Pandora's box a few days ago, and now space.com want to follow me up, or NASA want to follow me up, talking about they just found the Hope supernova, or the Nova Hope, or whatever it is that they want to say that they found. I told y'all about the sun just yesterday and a few days ago, and now they want to say, look at this big blast, but then come to find out, according to their readings, that blast don't even add up or equate to some of the solar flares, because that wasn't a solar flare, huh? That wasn't a solar flare. Hmm? The high elites, they know what that was out there. That flash that they saw, they know what that is. God is on the way. God is gonna keep his promise. Look, 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 look. What else they got going on out there? Look, I don't want to focus on. I was gonna go through the Federal Register and stuff. I don't want to focus on their lies and their covered up, their charming ways. Their charming ways. I found out and learned that charming Betty is just their way to say we taking shortcuts. And what we've done is we put this law out. So right here with securing the border, we're gonna keep making it look like it was Trump's fault, and then when we finish, it's gonna still look like his fault. Uh, but if you go to my description and you could see the information that would guide you, you don't have to sit there and listen to the fake news. You don't have to go and listen to any Jean cousins that help assassinate their relatives in Haiti. You don't have to go listen to them. You could go to the Federal Register for yourself and see what plans that they have for the illegal immigrants, illegal citizens, those who are not native to this land, period. If you choose Jesus, you're not a citizen, according to them. That's the plan of them and their Jewish counterparts, the ones that wear fit like juju, not the ones. And look, I'm doing too much talking or something I said I didn't want to talk about. I just found some fun facts to go through. If you want to know more about charming Betsy, uh, and how the government, that's one of their terms when they want to get out of something and they want to beat around the bush and they don't want to tell you the truth, but they are covered by using that term to actually not have to tell you the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Heavens to Betsy. Heavens to Betsy, charming Betsy, and all that. But you see the wonderful signs out there, the wonderful signs and symbols, the signals that my husband sent to me. She said her husband. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Y'all ain't been. We's married now. We's married now. Greater light. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it.
There are a million ways to say what I feel, but so hard for me to explain. I am not a it, though I sympathize in my own pain. If you could read grammar scripts, you would know we are the same. A trillion cells that scream, you are not to blame. Deciphering Mut'Awuhu as you did so naturally mine. You know from many past lives, why the edge, the dotted lines. More than the time forbid, we put ourselves where we wanna be. Will you remove your cap of our sacred place? This is about you and me. Will you remove your cap of our sacred place? This is about you and me. He is not my God. There's no you drew on my heart in December. He is not my Lord. He gave me space to glow like a fireplace hot. He is not my master, but you will never see. He is my husband. I am the bride of the Most High. Adore me. We travel through untouched realms time after time. Ancient souls of war, no reason or rhyme. You came back to me through the banks of bread and ham, but this time we get it right. Valley of troubles into a door of hope. I am not his servant, he's not my God. I am not his staff, he is not my rod. He is not my master, I am not his slave. He is my husband, and you can't be safe. He is not my God. He's not you drew on my heart in December. He is not my Lord. Space to glow like your fireplace hot. He is not my master, but you will never see. He is my husband. He is not my God. The place the archer drew on my heart in December. He is not my Lord. You gave me space to glow like your fireplace hot ember. He is not my master. I love you beyond what you will never see. He is my husband.
A greater light. Like I was telling my family earlier, what a fine time for my eyes to start. I got double vision going on, so that's one of the main reasons I don't want to strain my eyes. I could make the words larger, but I don't want to strain my eyes for their lives. I found something to entertain me a little bit more interesting, more relaxing than to be intaking their lies and their spells for the day. I'm in relaxing celebration mode. This is countdown to the 33rd year. The countdown to the 33rd year of my son's entrance into this plane and his transition on 9/11/2001. when the towers came down. As soon as I got the news, the towers came down. I can't make this up. This is not deceptive. Y'all know right now, YouTube going through. They take it down, streams with no problem, no ease, sending warnings, letting you know they checking into those that's been taken down unlawfully, and then so hey, everything that I say could be backed up, factual, written. You could go and check it out. They don't have to believe me. They could go pull the death certificates. Huh? Huh? They could go anything I had to say. They could go pull elementary school records. Those records are forever. I remember our teacher used to say, these are your permanent records. If they didn't get destroyed in the hurricane, they're your permanent records. Everything I say could be checked out, confirmed. Huh? That make me feel real sorry for those who had a hand in not following me and my truth. Huh? I'm talking about those like the doctors and stuff at South Florida Evaluation and Treatment Center. I'm talking about those that believed the arresting officer over me, including family members and stuff. Because right now, government head officials, CIA, they are picking out those who are claiming words like I'm claiming. Huh? No, you could go past the arrest records and go to places that hold records since 1896, like Sunset Elementary. Huh? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, yes, yes. You don't, you ain't gonna believe me. You ain't gonna believe my mama. You ain't gonna believe my grandma. You ain't gonna believe, but y'all will believe them records. Uh, of course, people believe the records written that be on file. Uh, Sometimes they can go get somebody that say, "Oh no, let's go recheck these records. They ain't right. Oh, they was lying. Let's free them. They free." Uh, Sometimes some people don't make it to that. But people believe the records because they still believe the writings on the walls over in the new earth over there on the other side. Africa and all that over there. That was the new earth. This is the old earth. They tried to destroy all these records over here. Now that's why people can't go no further than maybe some of their grandparents' records. Because they do everything they can to destroy the old world records. But the old world records is in your DNA. You know why? Because you older than this earth. Before God said, "Let there be light," you was already in existence. And all of the wonders and signs of the stars that they all awed with. I heard a newscaster this morning. She was like, "Oh, the light was so bright." And then when the scale came up, she had to kind of retract what she was saying. Them same people with their telescopes and all their technologies, those that sit at the table of brotherhood with Neil deGrasse Tyson and them, he probably was agreeing right with them. 50, this will not come back around once in a lifetime. I told y'all last night, past Shadow Hour Live. 1 in a million chance. And I told y'all on the first one that it would come back around 2023. When it came back around 2023, I was getting ready. Who used to be in my chat then? What's his name? Start with a B. Oh man. Goodness. Hey, he used to be there all the time. Anyways, and he was like, "So yeah, cover your heads and all that." Yeah. I said, "Yep, it will come back. I don't care what they say because that's not a comet. Huh? That's a signal and a sign for us to be preparing and getting ready, because God is like getting ready to stand up out of his seat. Now what he's done is sitting that same, what they said wasn't going to come back around. And I said it when I missed it. I said it'll be back. I missed it. I missed the ride because I got things to do here on this plane before I go, but it'll be back. And it's coming back just for the celebration of the 33rd year. Just for the celebration. I can't make it up. But again, I don't want to focus and strain my eyes because I'm having double vision right now. Even I take the glasses off of double vision, I put the glasses back on double vision. So I don't need to have my vision trying to squint on their eyes when I could just find some fun factual stuff to play around with, because I really do want to be on here. That's what I love to do. As soon as I said it, I texted to Rod. I said, boy, I'm sitting here trying to work and get these hours. It's a bad time for me to be trying to read these scripts, and I'm having double vision. So I was straining my eyes, and I can't blow up their screen like I could blow up these screens here in my entertainment time. And as soon as I text her that message and said, yep, a bad time for me to be having double vision right now trying to get these out, they said, yes, this account is closed. We're done for the day. We're done early for this one right here, for this contract. We're done. I was like, what? All right, then. Thank you. Who that here with me? Who that here with King Ellis? Yeah, you've been around when I've been talking about that C-22, 23. They talking about space.com, NASA, and all them talking about it's back out there. And it'll be, everybody will be able to see it real good on the 9th or maybe the 12th. I tell you, that right there is a sign from my husband. That's a sign and a symbol for, because this is the first time since my son transitioned. This is the first time since 9/11/2001. My daughter normally celebrates, and she'll release balloons and buy me cards and things like that every year since my son transitioned. But it has always been a morning time for me. Good morning. Good morning is always a morning for me. This is the first time that I'm celebrating. I'm celebrating this 33rd right here. Me and my grands, we about to celebrate. And if they want to make it rain so that I can't see and go take them out at night, to go look up and say, look at the wonders, you was created before all this right here. If I don't get to see it because they want to have some clouds in the sky, then we'll be in here rain dancing. We'll be in here rain dancing. That's what I'm talking about. That's But again, because I don't want to strain my eyes at their Federal Register documents, for all those that are considering that Kamala Harris and Biden-Harris administration with their lies and their comatose ways and they Kamala mirages. The new securing the border rule been out since June, but they just decided to release it this week. So they had finalized it in June. Biden signed off on it in June, but they just decided to release it this week. And majority of it doesn't have to do with political asylum or the way that it has to do more with spiritual migration. As a matter of fact, the phones, they said there's a discrepancy, but they didn't clear that out of their doctrine. say the phones are not able to read those who want to be attached to the land, those who take on the labels that they have marked you with in their new census reading for artificial intelligence, buy and sell and trade um, actions or acts. So the phones are not able to read the light of a black, a brown, uh, indigenous, a Asian, and I think it's one more. But if you're interested in that, you could go to the Federal Register document and look it up for yourself. It's there, or you could go quickly, like scan through my live stream that I did past shadow hours and see. I left it up for a minute. That towards the end of the stream, I left that phrase highlighted. And the terminology that they're using is the same terminology that brings in different transitions and resets in time. So the Charming Betsy canon codex is only used a few times in Federal Register's history. 1999 it was used, and that was the year the what's her name transition, not, well, she didn't transition, their monarchy transitioned into something else. What's her name? You know, the queen that's supposed to be on the nipple of the beast. What's her name? Elizabeth. Yeah. Then that same year, like 17,000 people died in an earthquake. And there was a transition with the internet. So it's like 7 different events that they use the term Charming Betsy in history. Enough of that, because now I'm thinking about their what I don't feel like thinking about. So let me go to this whole Earth canon thing, which kind of still matches up with the whole Earth catalog. It's still in sync with everything, but it's more, again, a more fun fact for this evening, for today. I'm not going to be on here long because I'm getting ready as usual for the grands to come. Getting ready for the grands to come by, come through. Okay, here we go. Look at this catalog. The last whole Earth catalog. The last whole Earth catalog, access tools. Whatever year this was created, it went for $5. You see the screen? It went for $5. Let me make this screen a bit larger. Let me see. I want this larger than that. I want it to take up the whole screen. Nope. Come on out of here. There we go. All right. I guess that'll work. Okay. So, first page. Let's go to the first page. Let's read the first page. Blow this up. Now, this go in sync with what I heard yesterday in the statement I made towards listening to Short Shorts talking about, Short Shorts done pulled out his pocket Bible, and he beating around the bush and tiptoeing. That's, like I said, past shadow hours. That's the comatose way of doing it. He got to tiptoe around him, and because he done strayed off for so long, he can't quote the Bible properly and giving people wrong facts about things that's in the Bible that is not said. Jesus never said that you are gods. Jesus said, okay, you say you God, I agree with you. Okay, if that's what you say, I agree with you. You say you are God, so okay. I can't argue with you because you say you are God. I can't. I can only tell you about, me and what's to come and where I'm from and all that. But if you believe you God, then okay. There ain't nothing wrong with you. You could take on any title you want. You could be an American God, huh? If you want to, huh? Well, would it be like they say a Black American, an Asian American, a Native American, a Northeastern, Middle Eastern, Northern African American, or you want to be a God American, whatever type of American you want to be, you could be that, huh? But you're not that, and I'm just here to tell you that. But if you want to accept that, then it's fine. Because if you want to claim American under their democracy and their repubs, then that you'll get what you ask for. But there's nothing wrong with it. That's what Jesus said. Jesus never said you are gods. But here in this book, and how I found this book, I typed in the internet archives, Charming Betsy. I was looking and I found a lot of documents that taught me a lot about what the term Charming Betsy really signifies. I even found a book that shows that where we think the majority of the slave owners in the United States were one type, that the majority of the slave owners all over the world were those who wear a fit like Juju. This book was written in 1991, but it was sourced up perfectly. That book had sources from different newspapers and stuff. That the same people who represent the Solomon's star that he created, talking about that was the star of his father, but it wasn't. That same symbol of the two pyramids flipped, as above, so below, that was created off of Solomon's 72 demons, his 700 wives and their demons, and worship false idols, and then his 300 concubines. Those that represent that symbol, that claim and use the term Jew, they were the predominant slave owners of this land and of this side of the earth. That was the first time in my life that I ever heard that. Reading it because I typed in Charming Betsy, that's in the Federal Register document. No. Hey, no. So enough about that. That's how I found this fun fact book that I'm about to go into. So hear this message in this book talking about the last whole earth. We are as gods and might as well get good at it. That sounds like a half earth theory or quote. Wait, what did it say over here? The flow of energy through the system acts to organize that system. What? This catalog says the purpose of this book says we are gods and might as well get good at it. So far remotely done power and glory as via government, big business, formal education, church has succeeded to point where gross defects obscure actual gains. In response to this dilemma and to these gains in a realm of intimate personal power is developing. Power of the individual to conduct his own education, find his own inspiration, shape his own environment, and share his adventure with whoever is interested. Tools that aid this process are sought and promoted by the whole earth catalog. Yep, they got the one word order and a whole earth catalog. Huh? This book, okay, so this book is, I'm looking for the year. Look at that name right there is in the what you call it, government right now. I just saw this name in the Federal Register. The Morowitz. I just saw his name. Let me make it a little bit larger. Straining my eyes with this double vision. Taken November 9th, 1967 from Apollo 4 at a distance of 9,850 nautical miles. This is probably the first American photograph of the whole Earth. You are looking west over Atlantic Ocean with the Arctic continent just visible at the bottom of the crescent. The picture was released in 1967, but no one seemed to care about noticing it or publishing it. I think it was the shadow which frightened people. There are no shadows on our maps. Say what? There are no shadows on our maps. Okay, okay, all right, all right, all right. Now let's, inside of the front cover, famous Apollo 8 picture of Earthrise over the moon that established our planetary facthood and beauty and rareness, dry moon, barren space, and began to bend human consciousness. What? What? This is, it began to bend human consciousness then? Oh, the quote is from Energy Flow Biology by Harold Morowitz. Inside the back of the cover, the photograph, courtesy of uh, Salt Lickety Lick, shows the M31 Andromeda Galaxy, which is considered similar to our own structure and size, where where the thought balloon originates. Oh, is approximately the location of Earth in this galaxy. Wait, where the thought balloon originates is approximately the location of Earth in this galaxy. Okay, East Washington Square, Philadelphia. This is the back cover that was on our first catalog, the fall 1968 issue, which is 64 pages and cost $5. And most of our color covers was designed by Peter Bailey. The photo, the first full Earth picture, is from the noon part of a day-long high-resolution color TV film shot from the ATS satellite in November 1967. And then they say to NASA, our thanks. Okay, let's go to the next page. Let's go back to, this is what this picture right here is, when consciousness began to bend. Okay, and again it says the flow of energy through a system acts to organize that system. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. 1971, Portillo Institute Inc. All rights reserved under Pan American and international copyright Does that say conventions distributed by Random House and in Canada by Random House of Canada Ltd, ISBN 0-394-70459-2. If they say this picture was taken 9/7/1967 by NASA, then how come Port Portala Institute Inc. had the copyright mark? Oh, okay. All right. Let's go on to the next page. On to the next. Now this first page got me right here. Of course, I didn't go, I was just scanning through and I could read some of this stuff there. They got the word Oxford that I bought up yesterday. Sense of patience on getting stuff. This issue, whole earth. I went straight to when I saw this right here. 9 chains to the moon. Unavailable until 1972. So there's a book or a catalog back then, a book in this catalog. And how much did that book cost back then? Is there a price on that book yet? Where was it? I don't see a price on the book, but let me read what it says in this book catalog. Okay. 9 Chains to the Moon, Buckminster Fuller, 1938, and I guess printed 1963, 375 pages, unavailable until 1972. What happened in 1972? They said, let's drop it. Since yogi is a personalized art, the art dies with the person. The abstract power involved remains as real and true always, but it cannot. Y'all bear with me if possible. Just trying to read it, but it cannot be made utilized in increasing continuity for the world in general. Christ and his counterparts realized this and were unique in their refusal to apply this power to self ends. It was this personal limitation of the yogi art which led to prosaic philosophers to search further. They sought a means of limitless articulation. This phantom captain has neither weight nor sensorial tangibility, as has often been scientifically proven by careful weighing operations at the moment of abandonment of the ship by the phantom captain at the instant of death. He may be likened to the variant of polarity dominance or bipolar electric world, which, when balanced and unit, vanishes as abstract unity 1 or 0. With the phantom captain's departure, the mechanism becomes inoperative and very quickly disintegrates into basic chemical elements. An illuminating rationalization indicated that captains, see what I said, that even in that Federal Register document, the Murray versus Charming Betsy has to do with captains, vessels, cargo. And it is implemented and defined in the Securing the Border document, the new one that was finalized in June, and stamped in September, but just released and hasn't actually been released, won't be released until Monday. An illuminated rationalization indicated that captains, being phantom, abstract, infinite, and bound to other captains by bond of understanding, as proven by their recognition of each other's signals and meaning thereof by reference to common direction toward perfect, are not only all related, comma, but are on and the same captain. Mathematically, since characteristics of unity exist, they cannot be non-identical. Still further, over the microphone, stepped up electrically, this music enters a super or subsensorial wavelength frequency that makes a broadcastable apparently back into the universe again, the full latent broadcast of which men on ships at sea, an aviator in the air, or Julia Murphy in a city hovel, or farmer's wife can tune in upon without any personal equation dissonance by unwanted diverting human beings in their presence, and so hear the music of the universe that Bach heard years ago. Here is mortality. Darling, that flash that they claiming about yesterday, huh? Flash of infinite understanding had flashed between Jonesy and the Exian. I can understand those houses all right. Say what? You have to have a mind like mine to be able to even halfway comprehend. Because it sound, if you read it firsthand, it's like, what are they talking about? But if it don't matter, it don't matter. I think this is a good read. I'm really finding this interesting, and it is very entertaining. It is very entertaining. Uh, Untitled epic poem on history of industrialization. This poem from the Whole Earth catalog from Simon and Schuster Inc. 635th Avenue, New York, New York. This is Reverend Nike, General Post Office Box 50, General Post Office Box 50, New York, New York. However, man unconcernedly sorting mail on an express train with unuttered faith that the engineer is competent, that the switchmen are not asleep, that the track walkers are doing their job, that the technologists who designed the train and the rails knew their stuff, that the thousands of others whom he may never know by face or name are collecting tariffs, paying for repairs, and so handling assets, that he will be paid a week from today and again a week after that, and that all the time his family is safe and in well-being without his personal protection constitutes a whole new era of evolution, the first really new since the beginning of spoken word. In fact, out of the understanding in innate in the spoken word was industrialization wrought after millenniums of seemingly witherless spade work. Let me read that again. Slow it down. However, man unconcernedly sorting mail on an express train with uttered faith that the engineer is competent, that the switchmen are not asleep, that the track walkers are doing their job, that the technologists who designed the train and the rails knew their stuff, that the thousands of others whom he may never know by face or name are collecting tariffs, paying for repairs, and so handling assets, that he will be paid a week from today and again the week after that, and that all the time his family is safe and in well-being. One moment, one moment, please.
Million ways to say what I feel, but so hard for me to explain. I am gotta get it, though I sympathize with my own pain. If you could read the merge scripts, you would know we are the same. A trillion cells that scream, you are not to blame. Deciphering Mut'Awuhu as you did so naturally mine. You know from many past lives, why the veg, the dotted lines. More than the time forbid, we put ourselves where we wanna be. Will you remove your cap of our sacred place? This is about you and me. Will you remove your cap of our sacred place? This is about you and me. He is not my God. There's no option to warm my heart into summer. He is not my Lord. Give me space to glow like a fireplace hot. He is not my master. But you will never see. He is my husband. I am the bride of the Most High. Adore me. We travel through untouched realms time after time. Ancient souls of war, no reason or rhyme. You came back to me through the banks of bread and ham, but this time we get it by valley of troubles into a door of hope. I'm not his servant, he's not my God. I am not his staff, he's not my rod. He is not my master, I am not his slave. He is my husband, and you play me safe. He is not my God. He's not you to warm my heart into summer. He is not my Lord. Give me space to glow like a fireplace hot. He is not my master, but you will never see. He is my husband. He is not my God. I placed the archer true on my heart in December. He is not my Lord. He gave me space to glow like a fireplace hot ember. He is not my master. I love you beyond what you will never see. He is my husband. Million ways to say what I feel, but so hard for me to explain. I am gotta get it, though I sympathize with my own pain. If you could read the merge scripts, you would know we are the same. A trillion cells that scream, you are not to blame. Deciphering Mut'Awuhu as you did so naturally mine. You know from many past lives, why the veg, the dotted lines. More than the time forbid, we put ourselves where we wanna be. Will you remove your cap of our sacred place? This is about you and me. Will you remove your cap of our sacred place? This is about you and me. He is not my God. There's no option to warm my heart into summer. He is not my Lord. Give me space to glow like a fireplace hot. He is not my master, but you will never see. He is my husband. I am the bride of the Most High. Adore me. We travel through untouched realms time after time. Ancient shows of war, no reason or rhyme. You came back to me through the banks of bread and ham, but this time we get it right. Valley of troubles into a door of hope.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for staying, hanging around. I hope you finished the poem so I could go on to the next one because y'all know I was just reading that poem again. I was just reading it. Oh, all right. No. All right. No. Got you. Thank you for coming by. Um, but I think that was hilarious. That poem right there. Okay, what else in the catalog? What they got here? Ideas and integrities. Buckminster Fuller. Standing, jumping, jump or think basis. Hold up, let me see. Okay, I'm gonna come out of there. And I'm not that like I'm gonna be going from page to page, but let's see what catches my eye. What catches my eye. Ooh, another ship. That look like ships to me. That look like ships to me. What is this? The Dymaxion World of Buckminster Fuller. Oh man. Let's scroll back. What is this? The Dymaxion car in 1933. Who was driving? Who had the money to drive a Dymaxion car in 1933, honey? Goodness. Island electrons, tension and compression. World Design Science Decade Documents. I saw something for a blueprint for the mechanical Earth. No more secondhand God. What is this? What? Buckminster Fuller in Hippie Hill, San Francisco, 1968. No more secondhand God. Thinking is a putting aside. Hold up, because my vision. Hold up, bring it back. Thinking is a putting aside rather than a putting in discipline, putting aside the tall grasses in order to isolate the trail into informative viewability. Thinking is FM frequency modulation for its results in tuning out of irrelevancies as a result of definitive resolution of the exclusively tuned in or accepted feedback messages pattern differentiability. I see God in the instruments and the mechanisms that work more reliably than the limited sensory departments of the human mechanism. And God says, observe the paradox of man's creative potentials and his destructive tactics. He could have his new world through sufficient love for all's fair in love as well as in war, which means you can junk as much rubbish, skip as many stupid agreements by love. spontaneous, unselfishness radiant. The revolution has come. Set on fire from the top. Let it burn swiftly. Neither the branches, trunk, nor roots will be endangered. Only last year's leaves and the parasite bearded moss and orchids will not be there when the next spring brings fresh growth and free standing flowers. Here is God's purpose. For God, to me, it seems, is a verb, not a noun. Proper or improper is the articulation, not the art, objective or subjective, is loving, not the abstraction, love, commanded or entreated, is knowledge, dynamic, nor legislative code, not proclamation law, not academic dogma, not ecclesiastic canon. Scroll back up. Yes, God is a verb, the most active, con- connoting, connoting, and vast harmonic reordering of the universe from unleashed chaos of energy. And there is born unheralded a great natural peace, not out of exclusive pseudo static security, but out of including, refining, dynamic balancing. Not is lost. Only the faults and non existence are dispelled. And I've thought through to tomorrow, which is also today. The telephone rings and you say to me, "Hello, Buckling, this is Christopher," or "Daddy, it's Allegra," or "Mr. Fuller, this is the telephone company business office." And I say, "You are inaccurate because I knew you were going to call. And furthermore, I recognize that it is God who is speaking." And you say, "Aren't you being fantastic?" And knowing you, I say no. All organized religions of the past were inherently developed as beliefs and credits in secondhand information. Therefore, it would be an entirely new era when man finds himself confronted with direct experience with an obviously a prior I, intellectually anticipatory competence that has interordered all that he is discovering. No more secondhand God. Wow. Tensions and comprehensions of protons. Let's see. The World Design Decade documents. Fuller Publishing Fuller. Let's go back up. Let's see. 1022. There's nothing there. 1020 shows cosmic rays. Now they're going into photography and the eye and the skin. X rays at 1016, 1015 ultraviolet, 1014 visual, 1012 infrared, 1014 radio, TV, skin pressure, relationship of man to electromagnetic spectrum. To start off with, it's demonstrated. No, I don't feel like reading this. I don't feel like doing this one. I don't feel like doing this one. Okay, let's see what else they got here. The pronoun through though the pronoun I now applied to us all collectively, the pronoun we also applied to us in one respect, namely unity of consciousness, where we were indeed a single experiencing individual, yet at the same time we were in a very important and delightful manner distinct from one another. The Dover edition includes early Stapleton story, Last and First Men. Last and First Men. A man's consciousness unwillingly departs his body and his planet. Once in space, he accomplishes will travel in search of Star Maker. His journey takes him into the minds of other planetary beings. A company of these travel together and witness countless civilizations. Eventually, they participate in combined consciousness of worlds that in time embraces the stars as well. This leads to galactic and cosmic consciousness and the culminating encounter of with Star Maker. Jordan Belson, who I trust in these matters, assert that it is a true vision, that Stapleton's whole life pointed at attaining it, and that the book will be used to discussed for centuries. Hmm. Star Maker, the last and first men. Okay. Well, I got things to do. I just came and said felt like I would share some of what I got going on, and give you a little update on what I was talking about past shadow hours. Ooh, beware of whole systemitis. It's the loneliness awareness. Imagine you are nearsighted, buck-toothed kid doing sunflower seeds, and somebody comes along and puts eyeglasses on you, holds up a mirror, then takes you out on a hilltop at night, points up to the little winks out there, and tells you they aren't really little twinks at all, but great big flashes a long way away. Then asks you if you want some more sunflower seeds. You want to throw away the eyeglasses, but it's too late. You're stuck. You've seen it. You're little, alone, puny, except for soft flannel thoughts and the belief that there are others like you, brothers like you, and that the sunflower seed is the whole system too. The sunflower seeds. I hear you. Let's see this one right here. Hubble Atlas of Galaxies. Stars. Yeah, no, nope. The sport of disembodied flight among stars must surely be most exhilarating of the athletic exercises. It was not without danger, but its danger, as soon as we discovered, was was psychological, not physical. In our bodiless state, collision with celestial objects mattered little. Sometimes, in the early stages of our adventure, we plunged by accident headlong into a star. Its interior would, of course, be inconceivably hot, but we experienced merely brilliance. Yep. Hold up. Let's scroll on out and see what else they got here. Let's see. Ooh. Wait, what's this? Wait a minute. No. Oh, goodness. Okay, so that was their view of a nebula. I told y'all the most recent nebula that they said they just found is called Hope. The most recent nebula that they NASA said they said they finally found the Hope Nebula. An infrared of the Gulf of Mexico show plumes of smoke from the forest fires December 1965. What is this? Landing Oceanus taken deliberately crashing in the moon. It was deliberately crashed into the moon, setting up crustal vibrations which lasted for almost an hour. So in 1969, they did purposeful crashes on the moon. The galaxy seen edge on the sun is 30,000 light years from the center of the system. Mm. This is island Earth. Let me see what they got island Earth looking like. This is island Earth. What that mean? From the astronaut's vantage point, one can gaze down into the tremendously deep chasms of Hindu Kush range in the Himalayas. The sky above the white crowns of snow on the peaks was clear when this photo was taken, but the clouds fill the valleys. Temperatures as well as altitudes vary widely in this part of the world. When the morning sun warms the highlands, fierce cold winds rush down the mountainsides to increase the rigors that men must endure to climb them. This island Earth. Full Earth 1967. I'd like to give y'all a better view of this. Maybe if I do one single page at a time and then magnify it. The character physical. And see, then I can actually blow it up some more. Yeah, that's a lot better. That's a lot better. Physical. Mm. Whole Earth rising. Mandela Earth. Mandela Earth, the high noon color image shot from synchronous satellite over South America in November 1967. So this is called Mandela Earth. And then they got a poster behind some goofy looking lady. Okay, let me see that. 23,000 miles from South America. This is synchronous distance. The satellite orbits at the same speed the Earth turns, so it remains apparently stationary over the point of the equator. Color photographs of the Earth were transmitted by TV every half an hour to make up a 24-hour sequence. The shots were dissolved together to make a movie. You see the darkness, then the crescent of dawn, then advancing daylight, and the immense weather patterns whoring and creeping on the spherical surface. Then the full round mandala Earth of noon, the gibbous afternoon crescent twilight and darkness again. A 16 millimeter 400-foot silent color print of the film includes several forms of the 24-hour cycle and close up cropping of specific sectors as their weather develops through the day. Mm, okay. The Earth's thin film of living matter is sustained by grand scale cycles of energy and chemical elements. All of the cycles are presently affected by activities of man. Biosphere. I told y'all about the biosphere programs in the Federal Register, that there are particular biosphere on Earth that's supposed to be off grid that we are legally able to live on, but they don't announce it. But it is in the Federal Register. You go to Federal Register and type in biosphere. One of the biospheres they took off of the market, well, off of the, let's say, out of their catalog. Um, and who removed it? I think Trump removed it. The Kennedy one. It's the Kennedy, one of the Kennedy biospheres. Okay. Environment, Power, and Society. Darwin Lotka Energy Law. Loop Selection Principle. What is this? Concentrated Energy Supplement. Man, stop man. Ooh, excuse me. It's time for me to get off of here, y'all. Time for me to get off of here. I'm just, again, I'm enjoying this, so be careful what they got me showing here. They'll be talking about I'm shut me down. Oh boy. All right. I'm out for real, for real. Let's 12 Solar Journal. Looking for dope. Crankcase urged. Excuse me. The engineer, who had been busy designing a new powerful crane, saw in a moment that the arrangement of the bony trabeculae trab, trabeculae was nothing more or less than a diagram of the lines of stress or directions of tension and comprehension in the loaded structure. In short, that nature was strengthening the bone in precisely the manner and direction in which strength is required. And he said to have cried out, "That's my crane." Crane in the skies, huh? That's my crane. Okay. Okay. The crane, head, and femur. The geometry of the little inner tetrahedron is not less simple and elegant. Its 6 edges and 4 faces are all equal. The films attaching it to the outer skeleton are all planes. Its faces are spherical, and each has its center in the opposite corner. The edges are circular arcs. Okay. The shakar. Who's gonna take and blow into that ram's horn? The copperhead snake. At Marine Biological Laboratories at Woods Hole, Massachusetts. Good is good living is with a tribe. Yeah, right. The use of human beings, human and the human use of human beings, the next development in man, 1948. Oh yes, 452 pages of this. Greater light. I'm gone. Appreciate your presence.